NASCAR is apparently going back to its roots in 2026. What does that mean? Okay, so we recently just got news that NASCAR is upping the horsepower for 2026. And it's a good number. You know what I'm saying? I would like it a bit higher and at more tracks, but that is a step in the right direction. I think that's really solid. I really like that. However, I do feel like that there's some more things that can most definitely be changed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's some more things that I feel like could definitely be changed that I would not mind back. Like I don't mind, like bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. The playoff format is the main thing. I feel like that the playoff format is something that I feel like should definitely be revised and make it a full season. You feel me? I think a full season standings is really important at the moment. That's how I feel. I feel like we should definitely have more full season type of racing, like of crowning a champion. Because bro, let me be real with you, bro. I get tired of the whole conversation of what's it called? Like I hate the conversation that drivers, they're not worthy the best all year. They're not worthy of the championship of the specific year and stuff like that. I get tired of that conversation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get so tired of hearing that conversation. So how about we have a system that rewards a lot more of what's it called? A lot more of consistency, right? A lot more of merit, a lot more worthiness. Because let's be real here, I get tired of seeing drivers that have business winning the championship win that championship. That gets really annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Joey Logano, his last two championships, 2022 and 2024 last year, bro did not need to win the championship, bro. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and look, let's be real. Ryan Blaney in 2020, what's it called? 3? Oh, bro, I love Ryan Blaney, and he's one of my favorites. But let's keep it real, bro. That's not a dude that needed that championship that season. That season alone. Ryan Blaney's very talented. He's been winning races, and he's been getting a lot better and much more mature as a driver. But bro obviously should not have won that championship in 2023. And you know how they say Jeff Gordon would have been a 7-time champion. Jimmy Johnson would have been a 3-time champion if we had the Winston format, which is the format that we tend to gravitate more in terms of merit. You know what I'm saying? And I love Jimmy Johnson with the passion. He's been my all-time favorite driver. But yes, he wouldn't be a 7-time champion if it wasn't for the playoff system. But hey, all these drivers did the best that they could in this format, right? They played the game fairly. Likely, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure most of them cheat in some way, shape, or form. But they played the game, and who can you blame other than the drivers? I don't know, so I'm not gonna like take away from the fact that they won those championships, because they won those championships, but they just wasn't the best all season, or at least for most of the season. And I think that's a big problem for the fans. If we're being real, like Joe Logano, he was the best at the best times. What's it called? Same thing with Ryan Blaney, best at the best times and whatnot. And the outcome is the outcome. So, hopefully we can minimize this conversation in the next format. Because I get tired of hearing about this conversation. I do. I get tired of hearing about it. Even as a Jimmy fan, I get tired of hearing about it. And I love Jimmy Johnson with a passion. My all-time GOAT, bro. Shout out to Jimmy Johnson. So, yeah, that format needs to change, bro. That format needs to change ASAP. There's a lot more that I would say possibly needs to be changed as well. Bro, if I could just change, if I could just, things my way, if I could mold NASCAR back, in some ways, I will do a lot right now that probably isn't even feasible for the next upcoming years. I mean, bro, let me be real, bro. Let me be honest, bro. I would I would increase the horsepower on almost every track other than, of course, the plate tracks, the super speedway tracks, whatever. I would up the horsepower all of those tracks. I would do that in a heartbeat. And instead of would they increase it to like 700 something, I would increase it to like 900 something. I really would. I would change up the car, bro. I would change up the car in a heartbeat. And I know I've heard this saying plenty times before, but you can't move forward looking backwards. Bro, let me be real with you, bro. NASCAR, it seems like that they're going in a certain direction, right? That is going backwards. And there's nothing wrong with NASCAR going backwards in certain things. There's certain things that, of course, we should never do again. A caution clock, right? Unsafe race cars. Old open face helmets, racing back to the line, stuff like that. Absolutely not. We should definitely not do those things again because NASCAR has made incredible, and I mean incredible changes that I love to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like another example would be choose rule. I love the choose rule. I love the choose rule. I like green overtimes. But one thing that I will change about overtimes that I think that needs to be changed, you know what I'm saying, is the unlimited attempts. Bro, we do not need unlimited attempts at a overtime. And first of all, I'm not going to call it overtime. First of all, we're going to call it green, white checkers again. Green, white checkers, bro, were insane and I loved them. You know what I'm saying? And the name is more iconic with NASCAR. Overtime, bro, this ain't basketball, bro. This ain't football. There's no overtime needed. We're not going to call it overtime. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like overtime is a term that is for stick and ball sports, in my personal opinion. For racing, we don't need no overtime. Green, white checkers, and just 3 attempts. Because unlimited attempts, bro, like, it just drags, bro. It just drags, man. Like, it drags. I thought they were entertaining for a while. I'm not going to lie. Like, bro, I think a lot of things about NASCAR was entertaining back then. A lot of things about NASCAR that I thought were entertaining back then just aren't anymore. They really aren't. Like, unlimited attempts? No. Like, I get the Talladega 2015 fall was a disgrace. But y'all made that disgrace. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and y'all overreacted. Like, y'all overreacted. Y'all made the overtime line. Who asked for that? Nobody asked for that, NASCAR. Nobody asked for that. Look, y'all, I get it, people. This is a non-issue, but this is something that I would not mind going back to, right? Let's put the numbers back in the center. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the numbers back in the center, bro. I like the numbers back into the center. I think I like that better than the numbers pushed forward. Don't get me wrong. The numbers pushed forward is actually growing on me. It's growing on me a lot, but I don't know, the iconicness of a number in a center, bro. It really does a lot for me. I'm going to be honest with you. It does a lot. I don't mind if they go back to that at all. I don't mind if they go back to that. I think that's pretty fire, you know. We're probably going to have to change the car. I know I talked about unsafe race cars, bro. We don't need anything unsafe. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the next gen, bro, caused a good amount of concussions in the beginning, bro. To be honest with you, it caused the early retirement of a NASCAR legend. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I think we haven't heard any concussions recently. I thank God for that. But honestly, I would change up the car. You know, and this might be a tough take. I don't know if this is possible. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But one thing that I can say that I do want, right, is I really want to see if we can take a lot of elements from the Gen 4 to implement them into the next car. Because Gen 4 is very iconic in a lot of different ways, and it created a lot of good racing, you know, I would say. I would definitely want the Gen 4 elements implemented in the next car, like a valence. You know what I'm saying? A valence will go hard. Adjusted ride heights. There's a good amount of stuff that I feel like that from the Gen 4 can be implemented into the next car. Because, bro, the next gen, bro, like, it has issues. And I feel like that if we could just fix the car a bit better, like, the car actually works at certain tracks, a good amount of tracks. Absolutely it does. But, like, I want a car that can make racing solid at not just mile-and-a-half tracks, but, bro, at every track, bro. Is that impossible? Is that impossible? I don't remember a lot of Gen 4 races. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember a lot of Gen 4 road course races. Actually, I never watched the Gen 4 road course race live except for Nationwide Series races. And Nationwide Series races were lit. Nationwide Series races were lit with the Gen 4 at road courses, bro. I enjoyed those races, bro. Like, imagine, like, you know, we had a lot of elements from the Gen 4 with tons of safety, with tons of sprint through it. You feel me? But implement it into the big 2020s in the big 2020s. I know we're not going to change the car generation anytime soon. I'm pretty sure they're probably thinking about that years from down the line. Years. I'm talking about like we just got the next gen in what 2022, right? Which is crazy to think about. That's wild. Dang, that's wild. But yeah, like it's gonna be a long time. Like, bro, we're probably gonna get the Gen 8, whatever, in like the next gen lasted, the Gen 6 didn't even last 10 years, did it? No, it didn't last 10 years. So I feel like if we do get an 8th generation car, bro, maybe, what's the estimated guess? I don't feel like it's going to be less than 10 years. I feel like it's going to be like 2033 or something like that. That's how I feel. I feel it's going to be like 2030 something. It's going to be a while before we could change this up. But yeah, something else I would love to see again, you feel me? This is a nitpick as well, is, I would like to see more lug nuts. I think that would be lit. I think if we could see more lug nuts, that could help. That could probably help tires getting loose or just falling off because, bro, I haven't seen this many tires fall off race cars in a minute, bro. Like, this is actually wild. So maybe that could help. Bro, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more stuff that can happen as well, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I would love to see in 2026, maybe this is back to our roots, have some great broadcasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fox used to be great. Like, Fox used to be so lit. Now they're not. You feel me? If we could do things to help the broadcast next year, that would be lit. Going back to our roots, what else? What else? Tracks. Bro, I think we're good on tracks, bro. Like, we rotate tracks every year. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm loving the schedules now. The schedules now are actually on point. Like, I don't really have problems with the schedules anymore. Except for, like, of course, certain dates, right? Like, for example, Watkins Glen, bro. I don't know why that's not in the, what's it called? I don't know why that's not in, I don't like Watkins Glen that soon in the season, but it don't bother me too much, but it ain't really like, take the Roval off the schedule. I'm not a fan of the Roval like that. Not anymore like I used to. I used to love the Roval, but come on now. We could do better. We could choose other tracks. So, yeah, I think that's that. Going back to our roots, I just came up with some suggestions of things that they can do potentially next year or in the future. Like something petty though, like I said, with the center number doors, I would like that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. A lot of people like to move forward, but I just prefer them in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But the move forward do look good though nowadays. It does. But yeah. What else? I know people talk about brand identity, but that's a sponsorship thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't think we're gonna see iconic sponsorship driver combos anymore, bro. It's gonna be a while before we see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the closest one we got to like right now to like iconic sponsorship is actually two drivers. I would say it's Chase Elliott with Napa and Kyle Larson with Hendrick Cars. But look, let's be real here, bro. Let's be real here, bro. Like, other than that, it's like, who else? You know, feel me? Denny Hamlin doesn't even have FedEx anymore, so brand identity would be lit. Other than just these two drivers. Actually, nah. Alex Bowman and Ally. Ally sponsors the entire season, which is wild. But brand identity, like, I would like to see drivers get out their comfort zone a lot more. You feel me? Remember our drivers used to have all type of personality back in the day? I don't talk about the personality of the drivers like that nowadays, but I do feel like, right? I'm going to say that. I do feel like that drivers need to be, should be allowed to let loose. Let loose. Because apparently Hendrick drivers especially, they're not allowed to let loose like that. So I feel like they should be able to let loose without crossing any boundaries. That would definitely be a back to roots type of thing. I think that is it. Yeah. Did y'all agree with what I have to say? I hope y'all did, but yeah, let's see what they have to offer next year. I can't wait to see what happens. All right.